Yo, what is up, guys? Joker bringing you another video for the 3.22 trial of the Ancestors League. I wanted to go ahead and make a short video going over something that I think a lot of players struggle with, and that's gearing and gear progression on League Start. I feel like a lot of players end up overspending because they may not exactly know how or what to do on buying early gear. They're just trying to get into mapping and they end up using their entire stack of currency for items that are worth a third of the price. So I'm going to go ahead and give a quick example using three different tiers of boots and how I would naturally set it up at the start of League. So this tool over here is called Better Path of Exile Trading. It's a browser extension that you can download on Google and probably Opera GX and all the other browsers probably have it as well. I use Chrome, that's why I said Google. But this is going to be linked down in the description for you. And without further ado, let's jump right into the example, right? So on League Start, a lot of players will go ahead and they'll just type something like boots. They'll go ahead and they know they need move speed, they know they need life, and they know that they need res, right? So it'll look something like this where they go ahead and say, okay, I need life, I need res, and I need move speed. And they just search. A lot of times, these items are going to be incredibly overpriced because of League Start, right? It's going to be more like this, where the things you're usually seeing are 5, 10C. What you're going to want to go ahead and do is take a step back, pause, drop all the way down to this bottom where it says trade filters. You're going to click buyout price, you're going to click chaos orb, and you're usually going to put about 3C. That's the most I will pay for getting my mapping gear. For every piece of mapping gear, I try not to pay more than 5C because early league, that is a lot of currency, and I don't want to pay 15C for a 3C pair of boots. So what you would go ahead and do is you would set the buyout price and then you would hit search. Now there's one more step after this. Let's say that nothing pops up, right? This is where the better path of exile trading would come in handy. You would register that trade as a bookmark, and then every map, every two maps, you would go ahead and you would jump back over to it. This saves you from having to manually search for gear all the time because you're going to know what you need. You're going to be able to constantly see your resistances, your life, your socket pressure, everything you need, and pre register these trades for normal prices, not outlandish prices. And what I do is I normally set up multiple checkpoints like this, right? Where it would be my mapping boots, right? I go ahead and I just set up some core base res, and then I say I don't want to pay more than 5C, and then I bookmark it. And once I get 5C, I keep jumping back to this trade page until there's a pair of boots that I actually like. I buy them and then I continue on mapping. Let's say I get a divine to drop, right? I sell it and I'm looking for more upgrades. Instead of having to waste the time, I'm just able to go ahead and go, okay, the next pair of boots that I was going to buy are these, where it has the increased life, the increased res, and 30% move speed for the slightly higher buyout price, the slightly more I'm comfortable spending at that point. And then let's say I continue mapping, I get more currency. Then I go ahead and let's say I'm hitting yellow or red maps. I jump to the next threshold. And once again, with the more advanced filter for the more specific requirements for my buyout price. This is going to allow me to get items that I need for and I want for my progression without paying outlandish prices. A lot of people will overcharge for a lot of things on League Start. So your best bet is familiarizing yourself with the trade site and setting the bookmarks in Better Path of Exile trading and just coming back to them later. During the league start, prior to league launch, usually a couple hours before, this will say Trial of the Ancestors. So I'll be able to go ahead and set up all of the bookmarks that I'm going to need for the league so I don't have to waste my time doing this later. I mean, look at this. If I try to manually do this, it would take me several minutes at a minimum to go ahead and be like, okay, boots, I want them to have life, movement speed, chaos res, and then I want them to have a high other res, such as fire, lightning, or cold, right? Instead of having to manually reset up this trade, it's at the click of a button on top of the fact that I said, I don't want these boots for more than X, right? In this case, in my example, I put 15C. Buying boots like this for 15C on league launch is kind of unrealistic, but someone may put them up. And because you have this trade, you may be able to snipe them for super cheap. And that's essentially what a lot of people do is they'll go ahead and they'll have these bookmark trades up, or they'll go ahead and they'll have them on a live search where if it pops up, they directly message them. And the exact same concept, they'll have the live search active and they'll have a buyout price for an item. This is how you see streamers progress their gear so fast is because they already have everything set up. And as soon as something hits the market and they have the currency for it, they don't have to stop or pause or fiddle with the trade site. They just click a button or they already have the live search ongoing. They click to send the message and they buy the item. It's as easy as that. And it's something that I see a lot of players, new and veterans, struggling with a lot of times with overpaying for gear, or they're in streamers' chats asking, hey, can you do a quick search for me? Because they either don't know how to do it and they don't want to overpay and stuff like that. And sometimes people like that mods actually do pause and they will go ahead and they'll do a quick search for a person or two and be like, look, just buy this. Doesn't really work when you have like 3K viewers a lot of times, but it's a quick quality of life tutorial of how to use the trade site, how do you set up your trades, and how do you progress gear going into a league start. I hope this video helped. I wanted to keep it relatively short-ish. I know a lot of people have more in-depth videos on how the trade site works. I would recommend watching one of those because it is a lot, especially if you are a newer player. But once again, just wanted to give a quick video to show you guys kind of how I do it, how I'm able to progress through and get my atlas done in the first couple of days because I'm not having to waste time looking for gear. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to stay up to date with this and future videos. And until next time, take care.